So Minnesota gets LaMelo Ball and Josh Green for Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected first.
Naz Reid and a bunch of high chews. Bro, we didn't need Naz Reid, bro. And we just drafted a big man. But we did not need Naz Reid, bro. If you're going to trade LaMelo Ball, like, we need a guard. Kobe White is our starting point guard. They just traded Miles Bridges to the Suns, bro. Like, for literally nothing. Bro, I think Naz is going to probably play the 4, and that's probably going to be Cal Brenner or Diabate at the 5. You know why the Hornets traded LaMelo Ball? Shout out to Ant Hoops for this video. As a Charlotte native, man, we just lost the best player that we've had in a while besides Kemba Walker. I'm not going to lie, bro. He was the last best player we had, but now he's been traded to the Timberwolves. Come on, bro. They was definitely in the talks right there, bro. It looked a little fishy. So if you guys have it, make sure you guys join the Mazin Members and leave a like on this video. Let's get straight into it, man. I appreciate everybody for the support and everything on the last couple of videos. But let me know what videos to react to next, and I will definitely do so. Just send them to my Instagram at MarMazin on all platforms. Let me know.
Wild must have happened behind the scenes for the Hornets to trade LaMelo Ball.
Crazy,
Charlotte
bro.
was so good last season as the 3rd best team after January 22nd. That is a huge amount of time to be elite.
When LaMelo Ball came back from an injury, man, the Hornets was hooping. Charlotte was lit. It actually looked good. 28-10. 3rd best team in the league. Crazy.
With LaMelo as the star. So we know about his car accidents. Silly comments to me. Yeah. What did he do this?
His orange Rolls Royce that he be driving through in Charlotte, it's tough. And if LaMelo Ball, you watching this video, man, you know what I'm talking about, bro. But yeah, anyway.
It's time. Well, it turns out we know exactly why they traded LaMelo. It ain't a mystery. But before that, the deal. So Minnesota gets LaMelo Ball and Josh Green for Naz Reid, a 2033 unprotected first.
Naz Reid and a bunch of high chews. Bro, we didn't need Naz Reid, bro. And we just drafted a big man. Why? We just drafted a big man, bro. I ain't like Naz Reid is not a bad player, bro. He's tough. He's tough, but we did not need Naz Reid, bro. If you're going to trade LaMelo Ball, like, we need a guard. And I think we're re-signing Kobe White, bro, but Kobe White is our starting point guard. As we're recording this video, a couple hours later, they just traded Miles Bridges to the Suns, bro. Like, for literally nothing. Like, bro, I think Naz is going to probably play the 4, and that's probably going to be Cal Brenner or Diabate at the 5 game.
3 pick swaps in 3 seconds, a haul. But what is Minnesota thinking? Well, they just lost out on Giannis. And the Greek Freak willing to sign an extension in Miami, Boston, or Minnesota. That hurts to lose. But
Giannis and freaking Ant would have been crazy as hell. I ain't gonna fake. They'll have to give up the whole team if they wanted to sign Giannis, though.
They tried to get Kevin Durant some months before, so they are big game hunting. Because Anthony Edwards needs a co-star. Yes, okay. Yeah. Rudy Gobert.
And I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Yeah, Rudy Gobert's ass. Literally, nah. He does not pair well with Ant. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He does need another star. If he doesn't get another star, bro, he's bailing. I ain't gonna fake it.
Is technically a star because he's made All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year.
Bro, he's
but
a
he's not
player,
a star like that. Ant has faced a ton of double teams in recent years, and it bothers him in the playoffs. This year, Ant had a steep drop-off in the postseason, to be fair, dealing with an injury. But
imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Took a step back after making conference finals. So how mad must he have been?
Bro, Jay McDaniels was playing like fucking ass in the playoffs, dog. I felt bad for Ant, bro. And he was playing on an injury too, bro. It was really him and a bunch of Uber drivers, gang. I ain't gonna lie. And Julius Randle played okay, but this nigga Jay McDaniels played like fucking shit in the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie.
And they traded Julius Randle for nothing. Early this week, sent out Julius Randle and the 28th pick for just the 33rd pick. What are they, saving money? Turns out, this was all part of the plan. Wolves now use that money to bring in Ball. Now, if a defense is doubling Ant, good luck. You're about to get torched by LaMelo, who can drop like 9 threes on any given night. But they give up Naz Reid, who is the heart and soul of this team. But it was between him and Rudy Gobert. And Rudy can be annoying as hell, but he is the main reason they win that Nuggets series. You just can't.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Defensively, he is goat, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He's literally the freaking big man version of Dyson Daniels, yo. Nah, literally though, bro. All they did was upgrade his freaking defensive stats and didn't touch one offensive thing in the world, bro. He can't even shoot a shot literally 10 to 15 foot at the rim, bro.
Replace what Gobert brings. And by the way,
he was playing some good
size. hadn't been this important in the West in years. So you now have a defense to fight Victor Wembanyama and the offense to hit him back. But when Sham said the Hornets were shopping LaMelo during the draft, it felt so random. But Brian Windhorst says, this has been in the background for a while, and the reason has nothing to do with some scandal. He didn't wreck the owner's car with his Hummer. The reason has 5 parts to it, and by the end, you'll understand exactly why they made this move. But we are talking about a lot of pressure here being, it was a new helped me with the other. I think they'll quit anytime. Any of them.
And they gotta pay the bills, gang.
Any given life, thanks again to BetterHelp. So first thing is, while LaMelo can drop 40 any given night, an anonymous NBA scout told ESPN he doesn't take basketball seriously enough, which might be total B.
Before you say what he has to say, this is true, but at the same time, it's really not. LaMelo is one of the most skilled players in the league. He's literally playing street basketball in the NBA game. And he's inconsistent. He is a little injury prone, but at the same time, whenever he's healthy, LaMelo Ball is a top 15 point guard in the league. Arguably top 10 if we're being honest. Probably top 10, I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, but he is polarizing amongst NBA people. Some say he's a genius, others say he lacks the mentality to lead a champion. One thing you cannot argue is his health. Before this season, LaMelo only played 58% of Charlotte's games since being drafted. That's on par with Anthony Davis or Zion. What is the point of elite talent if you barely ever see it? Well, that all changed this season. LaMelo played 72 games for just the second time in his career. A huge part of why Charlotte was so successful. But the Hornets front office had to weigh. Can he do that again? Can we really depend on him?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. He got Ant on his team though, gang. And I think they still got Jay McDaniels too, bro. And they still got Gobert. So that pick and roll probably gonna be smooth. I ain't gonna lie. He gonna be throwing them lobs, and he gonna be like Chris Paul to Blake Griffin. I ain't gonna lie, bro. To an Ant. You gonna really go see, man, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ant and LaMelo, that's a tough backcourt. Defensively, it's okay, but offensively, it is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. That offensive power is gonna be great, bro.
Like that, or is this the time to capitalize on his good health and make a bet against it? Well, you could actually see their lack of confidence in real time. LaMelo only played about 30 minutes per game this year, so they reduced his minutes to manage his health. They don't think it's sustainable. And that's a big risk that the Wolves are making, by the way. We'll see how it turns out. But a positive is his age, because LaMelo is way younger than most people think.
He's 24.
Despite being in the league 6 seasons, still just 24 years old. So there's plenty of time to turn the injury pattern around,
that's
a la
so crazy.
Steph Curry.
Think about that.
Third reason they dealt him, though, Khan Knippel. They absolutely don't do this if Khan didn't just break out. He is their franchise player now, which is kind of crazy.
Whoa. Over B-Mill? Mazin Members, let me know what y'all think about that. Over B-Mill, though? Y'all think Khan is better than Brandon Miller?
To think way down in the cool factor at the very least. I'm sorry,
Khan
but
is
look
tough,
at this
though.
dude compared to this dude, okay? No offense. Kids don't want to be Khan Knippel outside of
Khan is
Charlotte.
tough.
I once saw a kid's birthday party at a playground here in Houston. It was literally wall-to-wall LaMelo posters. A LaMelo-themed party 1,000 miles away from Charlotte. But Khan is way better than predicted. People said he would be a shooter at number 4 in the draft behind Cooper, Dylan Harper, and VJ Edgecombe. And he did break the rookie record for threes. 273 of them. Led the NBA. First time a rookie has done that. But Khan is so much more than a shooter. He's also a legit secondary playmaker. He can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. And he is a smart team-first defender. But on top of that, Hornets have Brandon Miller, who's a great piece to build with. And added 2 top 18 draft picks this week. Now they get Naz Reid, who helps shore up a weakness in the front court. But the fourth reason might be the biggest.
I think Nas gonna play the 4 though, because they just traded Miles Bridges. But I think they traded Miles Bridges for it, so Nas can play the 4, because they're probably gonna run Diabate or Calabriner at the 5.
Money. LaMelo's on a max contract, making about $43 million the next 3 years.
Crazy.
Now eligible for a 2-year extension worth $119 million. That's 5 more years of Max Mello. Charlotte was not ready for that, especially with the health. Can you imagine not having faith in his body and giving him $60 million a year? Like getting married to Anthony Davis or Zion. In the second apron era, that is death. So they were probably going to approach LaMelo with a pay cut, a la Jalen Brunson. They knew he would say no, so they traded him before the negotiation.
Yeah.
Bottom line, if LaMelo was on a team-friendly contract, this would never happen. Final reason, though, is the new front office. Every major decision maker has been in the job for 2 years or less. They want a new vision, and the blueprint is OKC and San Antonio. See, the best teams now are built with the second apron in mind. For example, OKC has an expensive core, right? SGA, J-Dub, and Chet. But every time a role player gets too expensive, they replace him with some rookie contract guy. AJ Mitchell, a perfect example this year. Broke out making pennies. That's why they got Jared McCain. But with this trade, Charlotte now has the second most first-round picks in the NBA. They are perfectly set up to compete.
But see, the thing is, bro, let's not like for this decade or this like upcoming decade and like the next couple of years, let's please not just like, because I don't know what Michael Jordan was doing, bro, but I know we drafted him. Okay, Gilchrist, and he was a bust. And we also traded for a lot of players and they became way better players than on Charlotte, bro. Like we having so much bad luck. As the city speaking, since I'm from here. But you know, we an OKC team over here, you know what I'm saying?
With the OKC Spurs blueprint, if they continue to add the right talent. So I would say mostly this was a combination of LaMelo being healthy and the Hornets wanting to capitalize on that. His value may never be this high again, and not wanting to commit max money to him later this summer. But as an added benefit, they get to stack assets like Sam Presti to one day finally make a run at a title. But don't the Timberwolves give you Milwaukee Bucks vibes with Giannis right now around Anthony Edwards? Like, they have this star who is super special. They're like, oh my gosh, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Rarely get guys this good and this exciting and this popular. And they're doing absolutely everything they can to build around him. First, the Rudy Gobert trade, which was like 5 first-round picks, all this stuff, and that like reset the market for trades. And now they're just like every single asset they're throwing at the wall. And LaMelo Ball is risky, right? Like if this totally blows up, don't you feel like this is the end of Anthony Edwards in Minnesota? And I know I'm totally jumping the gun there.
But I highly doubt that he's gonna it's gonna be the end though. And I got faith in LaMelo, bro. Like I got faith in him, bro. I met him before. I met him. Like I remember he was driving by. I was at work and I waved at him, whatever. He waved at me back. Cool. but yeah, man, I hope the best for him though, man. Honestly, like he in Minnesota, man. Really just have to just see how it is though, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna bring some more fans to the stadium, of course, because he's a very entertaining player. He reminds me of Jason Williams, and because of the flashiness he brings, and like you know what I'm saying, he can pass the ball really good. And he's like White Chocolate Gang. I ain't gonna lie. And Mazin Members, let me know if that's a bad take. And I don't think that's even a bad take for real. But he reminds me of White Chocolate for real.
And Wolves fans, if there are very many, are probably mad at that. But, you know, that's the pressure that the Timberwolves are feeling. It's just like the pressure that the Bucks are feeling. And it doesn't feel like super smart team building, even though Tim Conley, who's the front office guy for Minnesota, is very respected. It doesn't feel like super smart team building. It kind of feels like panic move team building. Maybe it'll work out, but LaMelo Ball does represent like a huge risk, right? Like if Charlotte is right and the man only plays like 30 games and he really is this injury-prone dude. And by the way, I threw Steph Curry into the video because I was saying that since he's only 24 years old, he could turn around and we could be like, you know, he's injury-prone at the beginning of his career, and then he kind of figured out how to manage his own body. That's what Steph did.
The next couple of shoes that he makes with Puma, or if he, you know what I'm saying, he picks a different shoe company, he needs to figure out the ankle support, bro, because it's really everything like that he's been injured for is kind of for like his foot. So, you know what I'm saying? He needs to kind of like re-engineer his shoe or whatever, bro. Me personally, I've had his shoes. I didn't like them. Now, don't get me wrong. If not, he has probably like one of the best besides like Kyrie, like whenever Kyrie's are out, and then besides like the new Ja Morant's, like Ja Morant shoes are good, but like design wise, like he has one of the best designs out of any shoe. Like the Rick and Morty LaMelos, bro. Everybody wanted those, bro. Like That's just an example. Like the SpongeBob Kyrie line, or like the John Morant, like kind of like the vibe that he's given too, bro. Like he has one of the better designs out of all the shoes. But in terms of like how they work and how they perform, yeah, nah, bro. Yeah, nah. Then that needs to go back in the factory, twin. I ain't gonna fake it.
Basically, right? But if that doesn't happen, like this could be the end. They just traded everything else that they had in their war chest, so to speak, for LaMelo Ball. Feels like a huge risk. And early in the video, I said, you know, size has never been more important in the West, and that's true. OKC is clearly loading up with size. The Spurs, obviously, we all know. Victor Wembanyama is creating all of this. Wolves lose to Wemby in the second round. They're already semi-blowing up their team, right? So Wemby is already creating, like, rosters to implode, you know, in his first run in the playoffs. Got that Jordan effect, bro. Crazy. But you know, even though the Wolves have Rudy Gobert, they lost a lot of size. They lost Naz Reid and Julius Randle. That is a ton. They're now kind of a guard-heavy team. And so this kind of reminds you of the Rudy Gobert Jack.
But everybody on their team, I think everybody that's starting lineup is over, what, 6'6"? I'm not mistaken, though. Because Ant is 6'6". Jay McDaniels is 6'9" or 6'8". LaMelo is 6'6" or 6'7". And then Gobert, I think, is 7. And then I don't know who's their forward. I don't know who's their power forward. But I mean, we'll see. Oh, no. Nah, Jamie does run the 4, and then I think it's I don't know how to say his name. It's like Aya, like Doomsia or whatever. He's running the 3. I think he's short. I think he's like 6'5". Like he's like the same height as me, I think.
As days, if you remember when he was on the Jazz, it was like Rudy with very little help, very little defense around him, and he had a lot of guards, right?
Yeah.
And that only worked so well. It did work well on the defensive end, but in the playoffs, that really broke down. I didn't silence my phone. We'll see how it works with the Wolves, but it's a huge risk. I also want to say that it is a risk for the Hornets, and it's kind of a sneaky risk. So they got back Naz Reid, 1 unprotected first in 2033, and then 3 pick swaps. So this is a swap in 28, 29, and 30. And what is a swap? It's a bet that my record's going to be better than your record, and we can swap picks. Yeah. So if I'm such a great team that I'm like, oh,
like it's just a matter of like probability, gang. It is so weird, bro, because imagine like they have a terrible record and like they're better off getting that pick. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
Well, I picked down near the bottom of the first round because we're so great. I'm like down there 25, 30. I made the conference finals. But you're this lottery team who sucked. Well, guess what? Now I get your lottery pick, right? So the bet is that the Hornets are better than the Timberwolves in 28, 29, and 30. Otherwise, those swaps don't convey.
That's true, too.
It's just the right to swap the pick. But if there's no, if the swap doesn't apply, then it's nothing.
There's nothing,
So this might be trading LaMelo Ball for 1 pick and Naz Reid. So that is a huge risk that people aren't really mentioning. So let's think about it. 28, 29, and 30. 2028 is only 2 years from now. Do we think that the Hornets are going to be better than the Wolves 2 years from now? No. Maybe like 10%. No, but no.
Unless we sign somebody big, bro, or like there's somebody just has like a crazy development. Constantinople is just like literally like playing like Klay Thompson, then possibly, bro. And Diabate's turning into like, you know what I'm saying, like this big center or whatever. Or Brendan Miller's just playing like Anthony Edwards on steroids, bro. I highly doubt it, gang. Like it's just a matter. We'll just have to see, man. And Kobe White's playing like Cade Cunningham. Like, bro, who knows?
29, no, 30. So, if I was smart, I would have looked up Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball's contracts. Anthony Edwards is through 28, 29. So that 29 swap, probably not. You still have Anthony Edwards. And then 29, 30 is when Ant is gone. So the 29, 30, the 2030 swap is probably the only swap that you feel good about. All the other ones are sketchy, right? So they are selling high on LaMelo, but not that high. This could not be a great, or it could be an amazing package to get back for him.
A lot of players aren't taking a pay cut. They trying to be millionaires, man. In order to win a championship, in order to have so many stars, like, bro, you have to like make people take a pay cut and, you know what I'm saying, and play together, It's so weird. Everybody wants the bigger deal. Everybody wants to, of course people want to win the championship, but everybody's just kind of going for the money, because if the money didn't matter, then I feel like the league would be a lot different. And Mazin Members, let me know what y'all think about that. But think about it. if players didn't really care about like the contracts and everything like that, like if they were kind of fine with taking pay cuts, bro, the NBA would be so much different, man. It would be so much different. And I stand on that, bro. That is the end of that video right there, man. Shout out to AM Hoops. I hope the best for him, man. Like I said, bro, I really do hope that he strives on that team with Ant. You know what I'm saying? They can go to the finals, man, because I ain't gonna lie, he's a good piece to put around him. Now, in the backcourt with them, it's not that bad defensively. I think they should be fine. They got Jaden McDaniels still. So if they can get, I feel like the Timberwolves, they need another big man, bro, to put beside Rudy Gobert. If they can get, bro, if they get a stretch 4 to put next to Rudy Gobert, like Julian Champagne, Aaron Gordon, those type of players, like to put around him, they'll be good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, they could definitely make a deep playoff run, especially with Ant and LaMelo and Jay McDaniels all playing at their top, bro. They're good, bro. And Rudy Gobert actually having some type of offensive bag, bro. They're gonna be tough. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the LaMelo Ball trade. I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Let me know videos to react to next. I appreciate everybody for the support. DM me at MarMazin. I already know what to do, man. Thank you everybody for the support. MarMazin out.